and welcome to Her Money Matters. If the recent COVID crisis taught us anything, it was that health is truly wealth. If you're not healthy, everything that depends on you, be it an office or a family, comes under stress. More so when you are a working woman. Today we are joined by Anuradha Sriram, Chief Actuarial Officer, Aditya Birla Health Insurance. Ms. Sriram joined Aditya Birla Health Insurance in 2016 with over 30 years of diverse experience in the insurance sector, spanning across life, pension, retirement, and now health. As the Chief Actuarial Officer, currently she handles all elements of actuarial function for Aditya Birla Health Insurance. She is also in charge of product functionality, product design, and group pricing. Anuradha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I really look forward to the conversation.
Same here.
Yeah.
Anuradha, women in India, especially working women, have multiple roles. It is
Yeah.
caretaker, breadwinner, homemaker. But somewhere between all of this, do you think their health takes a backseat? What would your observation be with so many years of experience in this industry?
Women naturally tend to be multitaskers. And I've always seen and experienced individually myself that health always tends to take a backseat. And on a funny note, I didn't get time to eat properly even during lunch because it was just like too many things trying to do and complete and just eating alongside work and so on. So in that sense, yes, I agree. Women do tend to take their health not very seriously. And in that context, as an actuary, I just wanted to share a few data points for women to be aware. And I think being aware is the first step to taking an action about it. So I was just going through information on women's health. I was quite shocked to know a few things about women's health per se in terms of emerging trends. First thing is, if you see, almost 10% of women in India have PCOS, which is not funny. And this is compared to almost non-negligible numbers in terms of prevalence of this endocrinal problem for women in India, which is because of poor lifestyles, poor eating habits, and lack of self-care, which is quite shocking, right? And if you see a 2022 report, the percentage of women diagnosed with cancer is higher than men, which is quite shocking. And the top 3 cancers, if you see, 2 of them are because of breast and cervical cancer. And this is again coming from poor lifestyles, not taking care of nutrition, not taking self-care seriously enough. And the other study that I was seeing is a Lancet study that was recently published, which said that women have, because of their inherent way of make, in terms of their the genetic makeup, their hormonal changes that they undergo, and we are the ones who have all these funny things going on about pregnancy, menopause, and all this stuff. Men, fortunately or unfortunately, don't have all these problems to deal with, right?
True.
And because of which, and pregnancy, of course, because of which their natural orientation to be obese is very high. And as per this Lancet study, a very high proportion, 40% of women have abdominal obesity as compared to men, which is only 2%. Can you imagine the kind of the impact it has on women? And hence the importance that women have to really understand all these aspects in terms of health risks and what is that they can proactively do, rather than just take self-care as a second priority and do little about it and then realize that, oh my God, what has happened? And then react to it. I think this is something that is really a serious topic and something that you and me as women as well should do something about it. And I think this conversation is a good way to start and have that awareness created. I'm sure there is awareness, but I think the important thing is to what can I do about it?
True.
Can I take some action on it? Is where I think this should start. And the daily small and incremental changes that can happen. And to me, the first resolve that I'm taking from this conversation today in preparing for this conversation is to say, can I just spend that 10 minutes to eat my food in peace?
I was just going to say that. Probably that
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
the learning for today, that
Yes,
I should
and
be.
I am taking this as a resolution for myself that from tomorrow onwards, whatever the hell happens, I'm going to spend that 10 minutes in peace and have my food with gratitude. And that will help me really take the nutrition from the food. Wouldn't you agree?
Thank you so much for sharing
Yeah.
that, because especially that personal story, I mean, we would all assume that, women like you working in the positions and in the environment that you're working in have everything under control, going by schedule. But to also know that, and with the awareness that you have, you still manage to miss having that food time. So this is such an important insight for ourselves, for me, and for the listeners, that you've got to put yourself first and put your health first. And also those data points are very interesting, very shocking though.
Yes.
And do you think this is also one of the reasons that we should consider, a good health insurance? What are the other benefits, according to you, that can impact a woman's life when they have a health insurance in place?
Yeah, so look, even as an actuary doing health insurance products and pricing for them, when it comes to making decisions in the matters of financial investments, I personally tend to take a back seat. I'm like telling my husband, why don't we buy health insurance and you please take that call? I think it's quite a shame. I'm ashamed of myself. So I think the first thing that women have to do is to not delegate these matters of decisions on financial investment, saying that I'm not capable or why should I? And probably start moving from an influencer role to a decision-making role and say that I have the capability to make these decisions. I think that's a first important step. And I'm telling myself, probably for the renewal next time, I will not do this thing. And I will tell my husband, this is the best insurance policy because I know this the best and we should buy this or we should renew in this.
Fantastic.
So that's the first thing. And to your question in terms of health insurance helping women stay healthy and taking care of their financial expenses, I would really like to address this to the new to work women workforce out there, especially as a target segment, and telling them that please be aware the advent of cancer and the pre-existing conditions like diabetes, obesity, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, because of poor lifestyles and whatever, and stress and whatever, is the age is coming down. Today, if you see, the average age of a cardiac condition is come down by 10 years.
Yeah.
Average age of a cancer prevalence has come down by 10, 12 years. It's no longer a thing of 40K baad hoga.
True.
So it is important for women of a younger age to recognize that and say that if something happens and I'm new to work, I'm just earning only so much, my parents will not be able to take that financial burden should something happen to me, and be prudent and invest in an adequate cover that takes care of their financial protection in times of hospitalization. Unfortunately, should it happen, because it's no longer that mujhe kuch nahi hoga, kuch bhi ho sakta hai, right? I think that's what women need to really recognize, and I'm telling this to you as well because you do seem to belong in that category. Please do invest in a proper and adequate health insurance, because today there is enough choices available out there at the right cost. And I feel so bad, people are willing to spend that 1,500 on a popcorn in a theater per theater visit. But if you see that 1,500 into 12 and you visit a theater once a month also, that 1,500 into 12 versus cost of a health insurance is nothing.
True.
Why don't you take that important decision? Why is protecting you against unforeseen that is happening more and more not so important as seeing a movie? Is my earnest request to all that first time women work segment out there. I'm sure you would agree, right?
I absolutely do. In fact, I love your point of how women are so used to being more influencers than the decision makers. And I think that also comes with habit and with, years of something that they've seen as the normal. And probably this is the time where we are going through the transition of the change where women will finally step into the big shoes and be like you just said, and kind of confronted and affirmed the fact that next time I will be the one taking it. But probably this is the time when this change will happen, and hopefully these conversations will make that happen more often. So fabulously said that now that we've established that health insurance is absolutely essential, let's dive deeper into what that actually looks like. What should be the considerations for our listeners before they pick a plan or when they're looking for a health insurance plan?
Right. I think it's a very important deliberation, right? First is the amount of cover. It is gender agnostic. And today, if you see the medical inflation, which is the cost at which my average cost of hospitalization is increasing year on year, take an example of a heart attack. And this is so common, right? And you can hear stories of people at 28, 29 just getting impacted by heart attack. It's not funny. And if you see a cost of heart attack, what it costs for a stenting procedure, what it was 5 years before to what it is today, it's almost doubled.
Absolutely.
And it's a huge drain on your hard-earned money, your savings, and whatnot. So the amount of cover is absolutely critical as a first point of consideration. So you need to, as a minimum, have at least 10 lakhs of cover. That is a strong recommendation that I would make, be it a male or a female. Second is to consider that if the product has suitable coverage for pre-existing conditions, because there are a lot of pre-existing conditions that are there out there today, and if the product has appropriate coverages for pre-existing conditions, and to that point, today in Aditya Birla Health Insurance, we offer targeted chronic management programs for people with asthma, diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension, obesity, etc., which is so important for the customer to be aware of their health condition in terms of the current status, take action and improve and manage their condition such that it's a win-win for the customer and for the insurance company, because by managing their condition, it doesn't become worse and they don't get more hospitalized. And for the insurance company, it's good because the customer becomes more healthy and they're more engaged, and their chances of getting hospitalized also comes down. So you please look for covers that has targeted covers for people with pre-existing conditions. That's a second recommendation. And then look out for covers that can cater to your specific needs, be it cancer-specific covers. Because like I said, women are predisposed to cancer.
Right.
So please take adequate amounts of cancer cover. It may not be there now, but why don't you take that precaution of having an adequate amount of cancer cover, maternity cover, if you're in that stage of needing a maternity cover. We do have very good products with maternity cover. Infertility, like I said, because of PCOS and PCOD, there's a lot of problem with fertility per se. So please do see for products that offer infertility covers. And I think these would be the main things in your consideration from a purchasing relevant and adequate and comprehensive cover from a women perspective.
Wonderful. Recently, you did the study. I'd love to know the findings of the new Health Normal report by Aditya Birla Health Insurance Limited.
Yeah.
Anything that caught your eye that you would want to share?
If I'll have to sharply, there were a lot of findings from the report. I think it is really about the need for adequate cover that I would like to highlight. And today, if you see an average cost of hospitalization is anywhere between 3 to 4 lakhs. If it is to do with surgical, right?
True.
Any surgical treatment is minimum on average 3 to 4 lakhs. And for a family of 2 or 3, and there is a need for a minimum amount of cover. So for a family of 4, if you take a 5 lakhs cover, it's hardly adequate. So it's important to acknowledge that and say that why should I expose my hard-earned savings to the perils of an unknown hospitalization when there is an affordable cover that I can buy and protect me and my family. And during times of COVID, we've had instances of customers unfortunately not having adequate amount of cover, and then coming to us and saying that we have only 5 lakhs of cover, but the hospitalization is like, say, 10 lakhs because of COVID, either for them or for somebody in their family, and just lose their hard-earned savings. It's very unfortunate, right?
True.
So I think that is an important point I would like to make in the context of the study, to say that customers should take cognizance of that. And you can't do much about the inflation per se, because it is what it is, but at least you can make that prudent decision of buying an adequate amount of cover,
Right.
which is available at very affordable rates.
Okay.
It's not that health insurance is expensive or anything like that. You have enough choices at varied price ranges.
No, that was certainly very helpful, Anuradha. Thank you so much for bringing those to our notice.
Sure.
Before we close, any parting thoughts that you want to give, to the women of India as a message that you'd want to deliver to them?
Why should I limit my capability to the way I look, or the way sometimes it is possible that I'm not because of my work able to be the best mother some of the days. That's okay. That's okay. How do I find a way for her to be taken care of in the best way possible in the circumstances that I work in? Why should I let others judge me on that? And why should I feel myself limited in the way my career can progress because of that? It's all about the choices we make, right? So that's my parting message. So be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, put yourself first. And I'm sure once you start doing that, the ecosystem will respond to you. And it'll be a happy ending forever.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I love that message, Anuradha. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yeah. I loved that conversation with you, and thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.